There's my little Isabella by the easel. You will see 2 laundry baskets here. These are for me to sort through stuff. I would wish for this cash register to be placed. It probably weighs literally a half a ton. It is solid metal. It still works. It was from my father's barbershop. Here's my parents when they were young. Both of them have passed. But I love that picture of them. I actually do my paintings right here most of the time. Around 4 acres of woods are behind me, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Here's a few more of my paintings that I've done this year. I try to keep them on these shelves. It helps me to make a more cohesive body of work. There's my little timer that sometimes I will use to set it for an hour, and then when the hour is up, I will do 15 or 20 minutes worth of housework and then come back up to paint. I do that not every single day, but when I feel like I'm getting behind in my housework, and that, you know, that happens to everybody. That's how I make time to keep my house and my painting schedule. There it is. Let's see if I can get up closer. And maybe you'd like to see the side. That's the cross that my husband put in by cutting away negatively around it to create the cross. My husband took a lot of time with this, and I so appreciate it. Very much appreciate it. Here's the other side. Okay, in this particular cabinet, it's a fabric shelving. It's a 3-shelf unit that I have 2 of. The first 3 are of my mom's memories and dad's memories. And that was a good repurposing of this. I've got some assorted books that have nothing to do with art and a couple of journals. I was an English major, and Edgar Allan Poe is my absolute favorite. And then I have a couple more journals here, kind of spread them out. This is a little journal of pictures from my house that I live in. We built it, so we were taking photographs as the construction was going on. This is an older sewing machine with some other sewing stuff. And then down here is a canvas or panel carrier if you're plein air painting. To the right there you'll see a plein air pochade box. And there's some very old brushes there that I keep more as a decorative touch. There's a quick oil painting sketch of my granddaughter there. And there's some oil painting books. Now, I had a lot of artist painting books, and I gave so many of them away. But I looked through each one, and I said, you know, I really, there's nothing in these books that I'm giving away that I cannot get online. Some watercolor books, watercolor brushes. I don't watercolor that much, so I've got most of the supplies here for when I do want to try watercolor, to include a couple of watercolor journals. And then the next one up is more decorative and historic. I'm so happy to have this book. I paid $60 for it when it was first released. And I just love this man's work. Fabulous animal artist. Just so beautiful. Just had such an eye. This is more of an antique. There is a brush washer in there. And then these little chalk things. Chalk layout. Gee, I remember seeing things like this when I was in, you know, like junior high or high school. This was, somebody gave it to me from a garage sale that they went to. They're in very good shape. This book here, The Materials of an Artist and Their Use in Painting by Max Dorner, is a very, very old book. Very old. And then Ralph Mayer's book. I don't have the jacket for it, but, and I think I bought it new. Let's see here. The Artist Handbooks of Materials and Techniques. Another book. These books are more, I don't know, technical. I would say that they might have been used in a college setting, but I was taking a class from a wonderful oil painter, and he recommended that the students get these books, so I did. This Red Barns and Other Scenes is vintage. Another artist gave that to me, and you know, I'm keeping it. Here's my drawing section. As you can see, I have a lot of sketchbooks. These I would take to venues where I could do portrait sketches of children. And so I really wouldn't use these any other time but that. Some sketching materials. Again, this is more decorative than practical, but I will take this cup to the desk. Books that I saved for that deal with drawing. And Stanley Maltzman. Let me see, is that right? Yep. Stanley Maltzman's book. He was in the Tri-City area, I believe, Albany, Schenectady, Troy, Hudson Valley type area, and I got his book. He was represented by a gallery that I was in also. And then up here is my Lost in Space robot that I paid $100 for on eBay. Of course, I have my little lamb chop. And then this treasure chest has some special memory tokens in it. So that's my process, or the after of my decluttering. I'm so glad it's done. Now I got to do the rest of the studio. And I should probably turn around and let you see it. It is still a mess. A complete and total mess. Okay, so there's a cookie alarm. It's time to sign off. Is it time to go into the studio, Cooper? And what about you, Is? Is it time to go into the studio and make some work happen? We're gonna get some painting done.